Paraceratherium. To begin, we'll address the ongoing confusion between the validity of the names Paraceratherium, Indricotherium and Paraceratherium. These are all separate genera established as homes for fossil material belonging to huge terrestrial mammals that are very similar to one another in form. Before we get started, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications if you enjoy prehistoric creatures, so you can stay up to date on all of our latest content and encourage our team to try to update the most recent video. In fact, they are so similar that many paleontologists consider them to be the same animal, and Paraceratherium at least is now universally regarded as a synonym to Paraceratherium. More confusion comes from the names Paraceratherium and Indricotherium, as both have appeared frequently in popular media such as books, television shows, and websites, as well as Indricotherium actually being the type genus to the group which Paraceratherium is classed under. However, later study, principally by S.G. Lucas and J.C. Sobus in 1989, has been finding that Paraceratherium and Indricotherium are actually one and the same animal. The important thing to realize here is that Paraceratherium was named first in 1911 while Indricotherium was named in 1915. Unless a case along the lines of an older name not being recognized for such a long time can be established, the oldest name must always have priority over any subsequent namings. However, given the frequent exposure that Paraceratherium has received since its discovery and naming, this today would be impossible. To this end, those who recognize Indricotherium to be the same animal as Paraceratherium treat it as a synonym to the latter, thus labeling the material as Paraceratherium transuralisticum. Controversial renaming is nothing new in paleontology, and perhaps the best analogy to use here is that of the dinosaur Apatosaurus, which today is still sometimes referred to as Brontosaurus by those who don't know their history. Naming controversy is not the only problem that Paraceratherium has had to overcome since its discovery. Initially, only the skull of Paraceratherium was known to science, and in form, it led many of the paleontologists of the day to draw similarities between it and the skull of a rhino. Although the fossils were not yet known, the rest of the animal was assumed to be rhino-like upon this observation. The earliest reconstructions were of a large rhino-like creature, no horn, as there was no attachment point for one, a large heavily built body with a tough hide, supported by 4 squat legs. However, further discoveries gradually allowed for a more accurate construction to be pieced together, with the most critical discovery being that of the legs, which revealed a more gracile, but more importantly a longer, taller build. Today, Paraceratherium is reconstructed as a giraffe-like animal, but with a substantially more robust build than that of the giraffes we know today. Despite this analysis, Paraceratherium is still more popularly regarded as being related to rhinos. Paraceratherium remains today as the largest terrestrial mammal ever known to exist. This has been confirmed by the discovery of the largest species, Paraceratherium orgosensis from China. The large size of Paraceratherium meant that it would have been quite comfortable living the life of a high browser, feeding from the tree canopy. Again, this is another similarity to a giraffe, this time in terms of an ecological niche, as by browsing tall growing vegetation, Paraceratherium could exist and not compete with the multitude of smaller herbivorous animals that could not reach so high. The long legs of Paraceratherium supported the weight of the body from underneath like columns, and because of their longer length allowing for a bigger stride, would have allowed for more energy-efficient locomotion over longer distances. It is popularly thought that Paraceratherium had muscular lips that allowed it to grip and manipulate food before placing it in its mouth. This is supported by the shape of the forward portions of the skull, which is similar to other animals that have such an adaptation. Paraceratherium also had 2 pairs on enlarged incisor teeth, the pair in the upper jaw pointing downwards, while the lower pair projected slightly forwards. This may have been an adaptation for holding branches steady in the mouth, while the lips manipulated the digestible parts from them.